you add them all up, there are only really 3 advantages you can give yourself. First, treat your death like the serious player that it is. Look, the simple truth is maturity consists of understanding that your life is finite. If you say, how do you know if you've reached a level of maturity? It's because you're not, oh, I'm gonna die someday, whoop-de-doo, right? It's, I understand that my life is very brief and I'm very interested in making the most out of the time, the adventure. Your life is an incredible adventure. You have this unbelievable opportunity to go do something that nobody's ever done before. That's the most incredible thing that you can possibly conceive of. I would argue that that's the purpose of your life, and the way that you get to that without wasting time, which is the big disease that so many people suffer from every single day today in your life. I guarantee you're probably hundreds of times a day, you're doing stuff that isn't that important to your life. Your death clarifies this. You can talk to your death as if it's an advisor, right? The best, wisest advisor you're ever going to get. If you don't think this is true, ask your death a question. Talk to yourself as if you're actually asking your death after you're gone how much whatever you're worried about is going to matter. It greatly clarifies your thinking. When you treat your death like it's the serious player that it is, you give power to your life. You give power to your actions. It's the single best thing you can do to eliminate time wasting.
For the last 25 years or more, young men have heard a lot of crazy advice. Almost none of it good, most of it harmful. The trend was always toward greater acceptance of effeminacy. Look around you. How's that working in your world? The simple fact is there are problems only men can solve. That means the world is waiting for you to step up and get your shit together. Your reward is a life of meaning and achievement beyond anything you currently imagine, including wealth, friendships, female attention, respect. There's no currency of greater value. I set off to explore the world when I was 24 years old, and I haven't been off the road since. I've been lucky. I'm a 4-time national champion. I studied medicine with a mentor in the forest of Central America and got hired at top hospitals like Cleveland Clinic. I went to sea with a mentor, built my own boat, and lived on the water for 5 years, all because of mentors. When I needed mechanical skills, I found a mentor. When I became a writer for a major publisher, I hired mentors, selling $40 million in under 3 years. Because mentors give you the ultimate edge, and you're gonna need it. If you're young, your biggest obstacles are confusion, distraction, and inexperience. Fortunately, there are solutions that give you power to move forward with clarity and focus. That's why you need to know about Young Men's Mentoring for the 2020s. Young Men's Mentoring for the 2020s is a one-on-one and group coaching mentorship where you and I and a couple of guys talk about things important to you. I even host live events at my Caribbean headquarters and my jungle hideout in Guatemala, where I lived for 10 years to study ancient healing practices. Each week I have a story and a lesson to share, but you get priority to ask me anything. It could be about family, money, an idea you have for your life or business, women and the dangers of dealing with young women today. Each month you'll hear from an expert who will talk about the fast path to things like financial security, business development, so you can learn and earn from anywhere. This is the stage in your life where you choose whether you're going to be a man or continue on your path to slavery. If you're seeing this message, you can count yourself lucky, but only if you take action. You will not get a better opportunity in life than the one right in front of you right now today. Join Young Men's Mentoring for 1 month for just $49, and I'll see you on the inside.
Number 2, learn fast by learning faster. The way to learn quickly is to be rabidly curious and then to refuse not to get an answer. I guarantee if you go after something with your heart and soul, you will get an answer. Now, many times it's not the answer that you want, but if you have that urgency in your life that you want to learn and you need to know the answers to things and you're not willing to accept not knowing answers to things, you will probably annoy a lot of people when you're starting out, but you'll figure out how to do it with real politeness and class and savoir-faire. That's sort of what I teach in my Young Men's Mentoring. Learn fast by learning fast. Go learn a bunch of things because you're curious about them. If you don't have any curiosity, what's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourself. Go see point number 1, right? You're going to die someday. And that is a motivation to tremendous productivity. If you understand that your life is finite and you can figure out what you're curious about, you're going to learn things very quickly. Learn as fast as you can. When the curiosity's gone, when the thrill is gone from what it is that you set out to learn because you've kind of learned it, move on. Get curious about something else. Repeat this process over and over again. And don't allow yourself to be denied the opportunity to come up with an answer, even if it's an answer that you don't want to hear or that you weren't expecting when you started out. Number 3, find a mentor. In fact, find lots of mentors. Why? Because when you're young, your biggest obstacle is your lack of experience. The truth is, once upon a time, all young men had mentors, multiple mentors teaching you about life and different aspects of life and how to be successful in one aspect and another. Most people never come to realize that a mentor can guide you to do more in 1 year than you can figure out how to do on your own in 10. I know know because this is what happened to me. I had mentors across many different areas and disciplines in my life, and that's what happened to me. I achieved more in 1 year than I could have done in an entire decade just because I had somebody experienced guiding me. That's why I want you to know about my Young Men's Mentoring. Click the link below to find out about Young Men's Mentoring and get your free 42-page book on the 10 core competencies all men should master. As a kind of bonus learning point, be careful of the crowd that you run with. Be ruthless about yourself and your friends and who gets to be friends with you. If you're hanging around people that aren't good for you or people who don't mean you well or don't want the best for you, ditch them, right? There's no reason to hang around with assholes, and you have to be ruthless about this. Very often it's an old friend who kind of brings you down or doesn't want to grow in the direction that you think is important for your life. You have to let that person go. It also means that you're a real pal and a genuine friend to your good mates and the people who deserve it. In Young Men's Mentoring, you get to discover a world of high-flying international characters, successful business partners that I've met, and the kind of people that you benefit from knowing. In other words, the exact kind of friends that you want to keep close during chaotic times like these. Grab your free 42-page book, then join Young Men's Mentoring by going to go.barefootmedicinetraining.com/mentoring. That's go.barefootmedicinetraining, all one word, .com/mentoring.